Welcome, friends. Are you sitting comfortably? It was June during the height of the Second World War. London was cloaked in smoke, its streets scarred by bomb craters and rubble. The air was thick with fear, and the sound of air raid sirens was a constant reminder of the danger. In a small terraced house, Agnes, a stern but loving mother, made the hardest decision of her life. She had 4 children, but it was Peter, her youngest, just 8 years old, who she feared for the most. Small for his age and nicknamed the Runt by his older siblings, Agnes, John, and Kate, Peter was her baby. She knew London was no place for him anymore. Agnes contacted Miss Fox, a 30-year-old teacher who arranged evacuations for children. Miss Fox, whose husband was away fighting with the British Army, was kind but firm. She assured Agnes that Peter would be safe in the countryside. The day came quickly. Peter clung to his mother at the station, his small suitcase in hand, tears streaming down his face. Agnes knelt down, her voice steady but her heart breaking. "Be brave, Peter. I'll see you soon. I promise." His siblings waved from the platform, their faces a mix of sadness and relief. The train journey to Colchester was long and filled with nervous chatter from the other evacuees. Miss Fox tried to keep the children calm, but Peter sat quietly, staring out of the window, his small frame dwarfed by the seat. When they arrived at the station in Colchester, the children were lined up, waiting to be chosen by local families. Peter watched as one by one the other children were taken in by kind-looking couples, but no one chose him. He was too small, too quiet. Finally, a gruff voice broke the silence. "We'll take him," said Mr. Bishop, a tall, stern man with a permanent scowl. His wife, Mrs. Bishop, stood beside him, her arms crossed, her eyes cold. Miss Fox hesitated. Something about the Bishops unsettled her, but there was no one else, and she had no choice. She knelt down to Peter. "You'll be fine," she said, though her voice wavered. "I'll come and check on you soon." Peter nodded, his eyes wide with fear. The Bishops lived on a farm in a small village called Little Ogden on the Wye. The farm, Hollow's End, was isolated, surrounded by fields and dense woods. From the moment Peter arrived, he knew he wasn't welcome. The Bishops barked orders at him, making him work from dawn till dusk. He slept in a loft with no windows, the air thick and stifling. At night, he pulled the thin blanket over his head, trying to block out the darkness and the strange noises that seemed to come from the walls. A week passed. One night, as the hall clock chimed midnight, Peter woke with a start. He felt a chill in the air. Pulling the blanket down slightly, he saw 2 children about his age sitting on the floor of the loft. They were playing with wooden toys, their laughter soft but eerie. Peter sat up, his fear momentarily forgotten. "Who are you?" he whispered. The children looked at him, their faces pale and their eyes hollow. "We used to live here," one of them said. "We were evacuees like you, but we can't go home now. We're here forever." Peter's heart raced. "Why?" he asked, his voice trembling. The children didn't answer. They simply smiled, a sad, knowing smile, before fading into the darkness. Miss Fox returned to the farm a month later as promised, but when she arrived, Mr. Bishop met her at the gate. "He's fine," he said gruffly. "No need to worry." Miss Fox tried to insist, but Mr. Bishop wouldn't let her in. Frustrated, she went to the local school hoping to speak to Peter's teacher, but the teacher, overwhelmed with the influx of evacuees, admitted she hadn't seen Peter in weeks. Miss Fox's concern grew. She went to a nearby tea room to gather her thoughts. As she sipped her tea, she overheard a conversation between 2 locals. "The Bishops," one woman said. "I wouldn't leave any child with them, not after what happened to those last 2 evacuees. Lovely kids they were, just vanished. The police said they probably ran away, but I don't believe it." Miss Fox felt a chill run down her spine. She rushed back to the farm, but when she arrived, Mr. Bishop told her Peter had run away. "Go back to London," he said, slamming the door in her face. Desperate, Miss Fox went to the local constable. At first, he dismissed her concerns, but after much pleading, he agreed to organize a search. The search party combed the farm and the surrounding fields. In a patch of disturbed soil, they made a horrifying discovery: the bodies of 2 children buried side by side. Miss Fox recognized them immediately. They were the children Peter had described. The bishops were arrested, tried, and found guilty of murder. They were hanged for their crimes, but Peter was never found. Miss Fox returned to London, heartbroken. She visited Agnes and told her everything. Agnes was devastated, but she refused to believe Peter was gone. "He's out there," she said, her voice firm. "I know he is." Years passed. Hollow's End Farm was sold to a new family. The new owners reported strange occurrences, laughter in the loft, the sound of footsteps in the hall, and on misty mornings, the sight of 3 children playing in the fields. One day, the new owners found an old, dusty suitcase in the loft. Inside was a small, worn teddy bear and a note written in a child's shaky handwriting. It read, "Mom, I'm scared, but I'll be brave. Love, Peter." And then, the twist. Decades later, during renovations, workers discovered a hidden room beneath the loft. Inside, they found a small skeleton clutching a teddy bear. But the most chilling discovery was the faint sound of a child's voice whispering, "Mom, I'm still waiting."
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.